evening, artists, and welcome back to Super Happy Art Adventure Times. Today we are going to be looking at the Roman Navy, the Roman ships. The Romans dominated the Mediterranean Sea and they fought many battles on the seas using their ships. And the sailors on the ships would row the oars, sometimes up to 200 sailors on one ship. And they would row the oars in order to maneuver the ships around the enemy ships. Sometimes the ships had like a battering ram on the front of it so they could charge into other ships. And the goal was to kind of clear the ships away from the land so that the army could land. You wanted to get your army on the enemy soil so that way you could take over their territory. So the Roman ships and the Roman Navy was very important to Rome expanding its empire. So today we're going to learn how to draw a ship, and we're going to make a mosaic. The mosaic is what we're going to do for the background that's going to go behind the ship. Romans were incredible at making mosaics. A mosaic is a picture or a pattern that's made up of tiny little pieces of tile or glass. Now, I don't have any tiles or glass at home, so I'm going to use construction paper today. So basically what we need to make our ship is first a piece of black construction paper. Let's get started. Here we go. Roman ships. The Roman ships are super cool. And they had sails too. So I hope everyone, let's see if we can see my orange marker. Yeah, we can see my orange marker. So, oopsies, something's singing. Okay, we're good. Ah, there's music coming. Where's it from? Nope, we don't want any music. Okay, so with a ship, okay, I'm going to start here. I'm going to put a dot here and a dot over here. Okay, because that's where I'm going to curve to. So I'm going to start, okay, I'm going to put two lines here and here, okay, and I'm going to curve like this, swoop, okay, and the front of Roman ships would have this cool little doot-doot-doot on the front, so I'm going to do that, like that on the front, and it has a little doot-doot-doot on the back, so I'm just going to go ahead and chook-chook, put that on. All right, now I'm going to make a curved line like this for the back of the boat, okay, and I'm going to bring this one sort of down like a C, okay. Now I'm going to connect. Like that, connect the two, okay. Now I'm going to put in a sail, so I'm going to put in the main mast that's going up from the middle of my boat. Sometimes the top of the mast might have a little decoration on it, so I'm just going to add a trapezoid on top of it. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to make the sail of the Roman ship. Okay, the sail. See the sail there. So I'm going to do a curved line like this. Okay. And then I'm going to come from the top and I'm going to curve down to meet it. Okay. On the back end, I'm going to make my sail straight line like this and then curve it into the rest. There we go. Now we need some lines coming down from the sail so that way it's kind of like tethered to the boat, and these lines are important for adjusting so that way you can actually, you know, change the way you're sailing according to the wind. So I'm going to do a diagonal line like that from my mast down to the boat. I'm going to do 2. Okay, and maybe I'll do some here. Diagonal lines. Okay. Now, Roman ships also kind of had this little decorative feature. Almost looks like, you might say, a railing on the ship. You can see it here. This is the railing. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. Fill it with little vertical lines like this. Okay, now it's time to do the oars. These boats were powered, yes, by the wind, but also by 200 sailors who were rowing, and they would all row in unison, and they would maneuver and change the direction of the boat according to where they needed to go or who was attacking them. So I'm going to put a row of circles along the boat like this. Okay, and this is where the oars are going to stick out. Okay, 2 lines coming out of each circle. I'm kind of going off my paper a little bit. I should have left more room. Wish I had a bigger black paper, but that's okay. We'll make do. Now the bottom of the oar is like an upside down U shape. It's an upside down U. Okay, and then a line across the bottom. See? Those are the oars. Okay. Now I have a Roman ship. Yay! And it's time to cut it out. So I'm going to get my scissors. Haha! And I'm going to cut my Roman ship out. I'm going to cut it out. And it's okay if you can't get into every little nook and cranny. Just do your best. Okay, cut out your oars. And then let's put this to the side. Put this to the side. Because we're going to use it again later. So what we're going to do now is we need to do the background. And we are going to make a mosaic background. So for the background, all right, I'm going to pick one color that I want to glue all the pieces to. So I pick purple. This is my background color. And then what I want to create is a mosaic on top. So mosaics are like little tiles, okay? But we're using paper. So I'm going to use blue construction paper, all right? And then I'm going to do like a sunset in the sky. So I'm going to do some yellow and some orange and some red. All right, now it sort of depends on what you have. So I don't have any yellow construction paper today. So my sky will just have red and orange. And I don't have a background paper, so I'm choosing purple. Okay, but basically everything is going to get glued to this background, like so. But let me do my mosaic fun stuff first. So we're going to need scissors. We're going to need glue today. Glue. Okay? And we are going to start cutting the mosaic tiles. So I'm going to cut up like this. And then I'm going to stop. I don't cut all the way up. Kind of like I'm making a fringe. Whee. Okay. All right, now. Okay, I'm going to just cut it off there. Now watch, this is super easy. It's like cutting hair. These are all my little mosaic tiles. I'm going to pretend. I wish I had glass tiles today, but I only have construction paper. But that's okay. This is really fun. There we go. All my little tiles. Whee! So let's take a look at how my paper's looking. Kind of like a mess, yeah? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to do the C. So I'm going to put all my glue down near the bottom. Gotta get the glue out. Okay, glue. This is where the ocean is going to be. Okay, all my blue tiles are going down here. Everybody see? So now I'm going to lay my paper flat and I'm going to start to stick each one of my little mosaic pieces on. And I'm leaving a little bit of space in between each blue tile, each blue piece of construction paper, so that some of my nice purple background can show through. Okay, and I'm going to try to put them in like rows, you know, like one after the other, so they look nice and neat. See them coming on there. Take your time with this step, don't rush it. Okay, stick your mosaic pieces on. Whee! Mosaics. The Romans would do mosaics of sometimes different elements of their daily lives. So like they would make mosaics of their food. Sometimes you have mosaics of fish or of their leaders. Or they would have mosaics of the gladiators. Those were the guys who were fighting in the Colosseum, kind of like a sport to go and watch people fight. They had mosaics of their gods. They would have mosaics in their homes. They would have mosaics on the walls of public buildings. So the Romans really had a great appreciation for the arts. Right? They liked to decorate. And mosaics, if you ever get a chance to go to Italy, you can still see some Roman mosaics. They're very stunning and very detailed. Okay, lots of little teeny glass tiles used to build a picture or a pattern. Okay, so you can see my C is coming. Okay, I've got to get a few more, maybe one more row of blue going on. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the sky. Just let me finish going super fast because I don't want this video to be too long, but I would very much encourage all of you to take your time, okay, to not rush your work. And remember, you can always pause me. That's the joy of YouTube. Okay, and little blue piece. There's my C. Okay, so now I'm going to do my sunset. So I'm going to do red at the top. I'm going to do like a sunset blend. So it's going to go red and then orange. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to cut up like this and then stop. Not cutting all the way. I'm creating a fringe. Okay. Okay. So now here's my red, and I'm going to go snip, snip. I'm going to snip up the fringe. Okay, I want each square tile to be like about that big. I don't want to make them too large. I like them small so that they look more detailed. Right up the fringe like that. Woo. All right, now I've got a lot of red here, so now let me do my orange fringe. I'm reusing paper from a different project because reusing is important. Very important, especially it's good for the environment. I hate wasting paper, so I always try to reuse it. Okay, so I've got my orange fringe. Here it is. Okay, and now I am going to snip like cutting hair. It's actually quite fun. This is my favorite part. Whee. So my Roman ship is going to be sailing at sunset. You could do a different color for your sky if you wanted to. Like maybe you have a dark blue and a light blue paper at home, and you could do your ocean with dark blue, and then you could use your light blue for the sky. Okay. Oopsie, some of my orange got in my water. No. Not where you're supposed to be. Get out of there. Okay, so now I'm going to put glue down and I'm going to do the top. Gotta shake it out. Yeah. I'm going to start with the red tiles near the top of my paper. I really wish I had yellow, then I could do a much more realistic sunset fade. But I don't have any yellow paper at home today. So I'm just going to use red and orange because we have to make do with what we have. See how I'm sticking my red tiles on across the top? Like so. Okay. Probably going to do like 3 rows of red and then I'll move into the orange. Find all my red ones. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to take some time and I'm going to keep filling up my sky, and I'm going to get all my mosaic pieces down. And once I've done the background, then I'm going to glue my Roman ship on top. This is the last step. Okay, so I hope you guys have fun making your mosaics and your Roman ships today.